Hello, a very good afternoon. I know surprises the people will be looking forward to see as I rolled out the sports focus, but today has to be an emergency situation where Ghana is underwater. We say this is a very special report on MBN TV. Ghana underwater. The floods of Sunday night and also the Monday morning, which has ended this afternoon. So once again, want to say a very good afternoon and welcome to the special edition of the MBN TV. From the late hours of Sunday through to Monday morning, relentless rainfall transformed roads into rivers, trapped motorists and displaced families and disrupted businesses across several communities. For many residents, it was another painful reminder that the rainy season continues to expose Ghana's vulnerability to flooding. Today, we revisit the events, examine the impact on communities, and ask the difficult question. And the question we're asking ourselves this afternoon is, why do we continue to witness this devastation whenever heavy rains fall? And this is Ghana underwater, the floods of last night and Monday morning. The segment rolling out. It all began quietly. Dark clouds gathered over parts of the Greater Accra on Sunday evening. By midnight, steady showers has intensified into persistent rainfall. Through the early hours of Monday, the rains continue almost without interruption. As dark broke, residents woke to flooded street, overflowing drains, and major roads submerged beneath muddy waters. Morning commuters found themselves stranded as vehicles cobbled through waterlogged streets. Some drivers abandoned their cars altogether. Some waited for hours as flood slowly receded. Businesses delayed opening. Workers arrived late. Children traveling to school encountered dangerous conditions. For thousands of residents, Monday morning became a race against the rising water. And this has been the situation as we go through the day. We run throughout the day and find out that things are going through. We'll show you some of the pictures from the videos from the centers across the country, across the Greater Accra part of the areas from the N1 right down to Community 18, the Klagon areas. We'll show you all the videos running on the screen. So as we move on, traveling students across the affected communities, the story was remarkably the same. Floodwater entered homes. Household belongings were soaked. Small businesses struggled to save merchandise. Shops remained closed. Market traders attempted to protect their goods from the rising water. Motorcycles disappeared beneath floodwaters. Vehicles start. Public transport was severely disrupted. From residents living in water-prone communities, these scenes have become all too familiar. Each rainy season brings renewed anxiety. Each heavy downpour raises the same fears. Will our homes survive? Will our businesses recover? Will someone lose their life? Has been the question we keep asking ourselves day in, day out. Behind every flooded street is a family. Behind every submerged vehicle is someone's livelihood. For traders, every soaked product represents money lost. For the taxi and commercial drivers, every stalled engine means days without income. Parents worried about the safety of their children. The elderly struggle through the deep water. Many residents spend hours removing water from their homes. Others simply watch helpless as years of hard work disappear beneath muddy flood waters. Flooding is not merely an environmental issue, it is an economic challenge. It is a public health concern. Most importantly, it is a human story. Heavy rainfall is a natural occurrence. Disaster is not. Experts have long pointed to several factors contributing to the reoccurring floods: poor drainage infrastructure, blocked gutters filled with plastic waste, construction on waterways, rapid urban expansion without adequate drainage planning, reduced natural wastelands that once absorbed excess rainwater. Climate variability has also increased the frequency of intense rainfall patterns. Together, these factors have left many communities vulnerable whenever prolonged rains occur. The challenge is not simple, the rain itself. It is how prepared our cities are to receive it. Authorities continue to remind residents that floodwaters can be extremely dangerous. Here are some important safety reminders I want to share. Do not drive through flood roads if you cannot determine the depth. That is number one. Avoid walking through moving flood waters. Stay away from open drainage hidden beneath the water. Disconnect electricity if flood waters enters your home. It is safe to do so. Keep children away from flooded areas. Monitor official weather updates and emergencies. Announcement: report emergency immediately to the appropriate authorities, and preparedness saves life. Every year, heavy rains trigger the same national conversation. Questions are asked, promises are made, communities clear drainage, authorities assess damages, then months later another storm arrives. Flood resilience requires more than emergency response. It demands proper urban planning, routine distilling of drains, strict enforcement against construction on waterways, responsible waste disposal by citizens, and sustained investment in resilient infrastructure. Until these issues are addressed collectively, many communities will remain at risk. The event of Sunday night and Monday morning reminds us that flooding is more than a weather event. It is a test of our preparedness, a measure of our planning, a reflection of the choices we make as a nation. As the waters recede, many families begin the difficult task of rebuilding. Their hopes and ours is that lessons from the latest flooding will inspire meaningful action before the next storm arrives. Thank you. We'll be crossing over. We'll be watching some of the flooded areas. As we move on this afternoon, we'll bring you some of the flood. We want your input. You can also call us wherever you find yourself on 0537158638, 0537158638. We'll take you through some of the areas, the community 18 roundabout. We'll also be taking you through other areas of the city where we've seen some fire outbreaks as well, cars and properties that have been washed away by flooding this morning. Heavy downpour. Heavy rains have caused fast-moving water flows around the Spinters Palace Mall, disrupting movement in the area. We'll also take you, flooding has taken over the Spinters main stretch towards the Coca-Cola roundabout, leaving traffic stalled and movement heavily disrupted. All this and many other areas that will be rolling up with you as we move on in this today, a special report on MBN TV with all the issues that has come up with regards to the flooding in the country, especially in the capital city of Ghana. You can also join us. We'll be trying to cross over to join Nana Hema. That's Loretta Nana Hema Inshira Frimpong. He's the Deputy Logistic Coordinator for NADMO, to also speak with us to find out what is happening at the Tema West. Remember, Tema West, the Klagon areas, the community 18s were all flooded to the point that people need to stay off We'll be crossing over, we'll be joining her to fine tune ourselves. What is the latest and what is NADMO also doing? In your community where you find yourself, what is the situation like? You can join us here. You can call us on 053-715-8638. 053-715-8638 is the number. You can join us as we have conversation this afternoon on the ambient special report on the latest flooding that is going. We provide more solutions to this on it as we move on. The numbers on the screen as the MCR rolls the videos and then where the cameras were to pick up some of the issues that went on today across the southern belt of the country.
The challenges, so this is Okunglo. See the amount of water coming from the University of Ghana. Yeah. So the University of Ghana actually sits on top of a hill, and a lot of the water drains down to Okunglo, and then some also drains to the other side through the UGMC to the Fiesta area. And so this is Okunglo with a lot of water coming down. The capacity of the drains can't handle this. So this happens whenever it rains. And we don't need a miracle to solve this really. We just need to engineer the space better. That's all. That's all we need to do. We do not need a miracle to fix this. We just need to engineer the place better, fix the drains. So look at the number of people stuck at the bus stop, waiting for buses to pick them up. And unfortunately today my car is full. I can't give people rides. And
all right, so you saw some of the issues happening in Okunglo. We took you to other places, but let's go to the phone line and speak with Loretta Nana Hema in Shirafrimpong. A very good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Sir.
Yes, madam, we know this morning we spoke with you. We want to do a follow-up. How far with the situations in the Tema West part of the Greater Accra region?
Okay, thank you very much. A very good afternoon to your viewers. We've not had casualties yet, but the flood situation is getting serious because even though the rain has stopped, it's now time for all the water coming from elsewhere to join the sea through Tema West. So the flooding has not gone down, the rain so heavily flooded a lot of places, including Lasidi Community 19. The distress calls keep coming. We are all over. NADMO is all over. The MC is all over. Everywhere. Yes. And we are assessing the situation on the ground. No human lives have been lost. And we pray that it continues to be like this in the next 42 to 78 hours. So far, Community 3, Community 5, Appointed Clinic down, Third Village, all are so flooded. And we are begging the commuters to be very careful. They should be very careful. Going back to your homes and rooms will not help the situation. People should remain at the safe havens, please. People should remain. We are trying our best. We've linked up with companies who will come to their aid with water and food and other items from that move. So please, they should expect us. Nobody should go out. As we speak now, people are so in distress. We are calling for support. We are pleading with people. Come to our aid. Our stores are empty now because the numbers keep rising and the water keeps coming up.
Now, can I ask you this? I mean, which agencies are you working alongside? Working alongside NADMO in response efforts?
So we are working with the Ghana Police Service, the Marine Police, the Ghana Fire Service, the Ambulance Service. We are working with the military and all the other collaborative agencies. We are working with the Municipal Assembly. The MC himself is on the ground. The planners and assembly engineers, planning department and engineering department, they are all working with NADMO 24/7 to your rescue. So all these people, then other private organizations like Indomie Ghana Limited, they've also come on board to supply hot cooked Indomie to the victims, especially children. So we just had an interaction with them.
Okay. So I mean, what is the extent of damage to homes, businesses, the roads where you find yourself, and then the public infrastructure?
Wow. Right now, it will be difficult for me to, but I can say that the extent is very, very huge. It's serious. A lot of, I don't know if I was able to send you a video where a company's warehouse has been flooded and all their products and raw materials are being washed away. That company is called Three Dreamers. It's on the motorway. As we speak with you, everything has been washed away from the company. They produce plastic products. They produce biscuits, coffee, chewing gum. They produce a lot of. They produce Amigos bread. I don't know whether you heard about Amigos bread before.
Okay.
Yes, they produce. So everything is gone. Everything is gone. On the motorway down, the right side of the motorway, there is a fence wall which is which has broken. That fence wall is a long fence that has broken because it was filled with water. So now, as I speak now, every water that is coming from the motorway is going through the compound of this company, the Three Dreamers. It's a foreign-based company, but they have partners, Ghanaian partners. Everything is gone. Everything.
Now, talking about the damages with everything is gone, did NADMO receive any early weather warnings before the heavy rains?
Oh, yes, because we also have, we work with the Ghana Metro. We receive daily updates. Yes. We receive daily updates about flooding or rain. But you see, no one knows the amount of flooding and how it will affect people's human life. So NADMO not control the amount of water or the amount of rainfall. But at least our education over the risks, our sensitization has proven that people should rather be in safe havens rather than be in their flood-prone areas. As always. So we receive, but nobody is a magician to predict the amount of rain that is going to rain. Because we never knew that it would rain throughout the whole of yesterday and today, but we knew that there was an atmosphere of rain in the air that is going to rain. But as to whether we knew that it was going to rain to this magnitude, that one we are not aware. So
now,
that's how I can.
All right. So, but when it comes to looking at what we are experiencing now, the year has started. We entered into June, and we're having this kind of devastation that is hitting us from left, right, center. What long-term measures do we need as a nation to reduce this flooding across Ghana? Because we hear we are demolishing this, but it's becoming worse as the day rolls by.
Yes, but we demolish, but there's always a resistance. Because nobody wants to see their properties demolished. Properties that they spent millions of cedis to develop. But then we're also looking at the safety aspect of human lives. So we'll not allow just a few buildings to cause flooding to a majority of our people, whereby human lives will be. So we are still appealing to the people. If you know your house is located at a flood-prone area, find a safe haven. Find a place and go and be safe. If you think you are building waterway and then NABO and the municipal assembly come to demolish, I don't think you should pull up and resistance. Yes, you should allow the law to take its course. And automatically, a lot of people will be affected, yes. Because the way the flood situation is going, if you are not careful, you will lose more lives and properties, and you want to avoid it. Because prevention pays. So my little advice is that people should still be in safe havens. If you think you don't have a place, call NADMO, come and do the rescue you and put you in a safe haven. Yes, we are working for you 24 hours.
All right, so
Just as I said in the morning, we have limited resources. So we are still speaking with people, benevolent people, organizations, come to our aid. We need vehicles, we need motorbikes, we need raincoats, we need Wellington boots, we need reflectors, we need safety lights, lamps, everything that we can work with. We even need pumping machines because our machines are inadequate. It's not sufficient. Looking at the amount of water, we need more pumping machines and generators. So these are the things that we need. They should come and support us.
As Nahima talking to us, but finally, what support does NADMO? You've mentioned the support NADMO need, but how closely is NADMO working with the Metropolitan Municipal District Assembly to address the reoccurring flood situations and the risk in the various communities?
We are very close. We have a very good working conditions and relationship. We are very close. As we speak with you now, the MC himself is on the ground with NADMO director. We have other people there. Chief of Marine Police, Inspector Kaka, has contacted me that he and his men are on standby. If I hear that anybody has drowned and that we cannot rescue the person, I should call him as soon as possible. Even though it's all the way in the water region, he has briefed his men to be of aid and help to us. So we are in constant communication with all the collaborative agents, especially the municipal assembly, because the MC is part of us and is also very, very instrumental in fighting flood. So we work hand in hand with them. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Loretta Nanahima Inshirafrim for speaking to us on this MBN special report.
Thank you to Mr. L. God bless you.
Right. So we've been talking to he's a deputy coordinator logistics for NADMO, throwing more light on what is really pertaining in the areas, the communities. The flooding situation in Accra remains serious, although emergencies agencies are continuing rescuing and also assessment operation. The widespread has affected several parts of Accra as well as Afienya and Dowenya, leaving some residents trapped in their homes and cutting off access to major roads in those areas. I will try to go to Shai Osudoku. If you could get me Duncan on the line to also tell us about what is happening in Shai Osudoku area. Some of the worst hit areas include Alajo, Adabraka, the Kaprai Circle Corridor, sections of Tetakwashi Interchange, the Sprinters Road underpass towards the Polo Grounds as the Hajj Village and other low-lying communities have all, these are the worst hit areas. Rescue operations are ongoing. NADMO, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Police Service, the local assemblies responding to calls for assistance. The Greater Accra Regional Minister has directed all Metropolitan Municipal and District Executives to intensify rescue efforts. Authorities have also confirmed one fatality. A 25-year-old woman reportedly died after being electrocuted during the flooding at Alajo. That is a sad story coming in Flooding has also caused several traffic congestions, stranded commuters, and disrupted businesses' activities across the capital. The Office of the Head of Civil Service has advised the public sector workers who cannot travel safely to work from home. You got the Interior Minister also sending in a note this morning from the Interior Ministry urging officers. So we tracked down to go get Baka to also speak to. I'll be talking to AJ Baka on the line. But first we trekked to Shai Osudoku to find out, and right after that PCI report, AJ Baka to also give us what is going on in those areas as well. And then as we begin to wrap up, 053-715-8638 is the numbers. 053-715-8638 is the numbers as we begin to roll on with a special report across the length and breadth of the Greater Accra and other parts of the regions that have been hard hit with the flooding situation. We'll bring you some of the flooding stories from some communities. And MCR, if you're ready, we can roll up those areas as well for our viewers' sake. So you stay safe. You don't move around. Stay safe. Move to safe havens. If you think where you are is a flood-prone area, please make sure all electrical gadgets are off.
Look at that Chocho. Silly guy. You are speeding through this to cause waves that would affect other cars. But look at the level of the water at Aponglo. Let's look at this. So the Odo River is full. The Odo River, it's full to the brim. You see those cars there? They are not in the water course. Those cars are not in the water course. The Odo River is full to the brim. And if it keeps raining, it will overflow its banks. If this rain continues, it will overflow its banks. And if you check the weather radar, there is more rain coming from.
Ready? Can we get some of the community 18 and its environs? What's going on there? Yes, so we're bringing you some live issues happening in the various communities in terms of the flooding situation. We're trying to get some reporters to give us input in the various places they found themselves. And now, as we move forward, we'll move on. We got just about some 20 minutes to bring the special reports to an end. But you can also send a word in 053-715-86. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can let us hear from you. The Interior Minister also sent a note in earlier in the morning where he requested that staff are left to work from home. They shouldn't force staff to go to work. This morning, the Greater Accra Regional Minister also orders MMDCs to intensify the rescue operations following the widespread flooding. Flood waters cut off the Winneba Cape Coast Highway, leaving hundreds stranded. Hundreds of commuters have been left stranded after the flood water cut off the main Winneba Cape Coast Road, bringing movement along the busy corridor to a complete standstill. The situation has left travelers on both sides of the stretch unable to cross on the rising water levels continue to submerge sections of the road. The disruption has effectively paralyzed the traffic flow along the route, with commuters and motorists forced to wait for conditions to improve before attempting to continue their journey. Stay safe, very important to stay safe in those areas. You see the pictures on your screen. You need to stay safe. We need you, Ghana needs you live. I will bring in you that. And that's when we go to the corridors of the former vice president and also the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The former vice president of Ghana in the New Patriotic Party 2028 presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, has appealed to emergency services and relevant state institutions to intensify efforts to assist communities affected by the devastating flood across parts of the country. In a social media message issued today, Mr. Baumia stressed the importance of a coordinated and urgent response to ensure that victims receive the assistance they need. His remarks come as emergency responders continue efforts to rescue stranded residents and provide relief to displaced family. The former vice president specifically urged emergency personnel and government agencies to prioritize reaching affecting communities and delivering timely support to those in distress. Beyond the appeal, the emergency responders, Dr. Baumia, also encouraged citizens to play their part by cooperating with government directives and supporting national efforts to manage the crisis. He emphasized that public cooperation will be essential in ensuring effective response to the disaster. Offering a message of hope, Dr. Baumia called for unity and compassion during a challenging period. And that is coming from the former vice president, the leader. At 38053. The Ghana National Fire Service is currently battling a serious fire outbreak at a rubber factory at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra amidst the heavy rainfall. Assistant Division Officer 1 ADO1 Alex Kinete of the Public Relations Department of the GNFS confirmed the incident. In an interview, he confirmed that 4 fire tenders have been deployed to the scene to contain the blaze, which is spreading rapidly. Although the cause of the fire is not immediately known, he assured that personnel are on the grounds working to bring the inferno under control. He also revealed that another fire outbreak at a house at Sakaman Blue Lagoon has been successfully contained. He noted that the heavy downpour has significantly hampered firefighting effort as personnel from the circle were responding to Sakaman fire were stranded at Kaneshi. So those are the stories coming in. Very, very sad one indeed. People losing their works, their livelihoods as we work through it. Meanwhile, work from home. That is coming from the Interior Minister. Work from home. Work from home. So now we can go to the phone lines at 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638. Flood hits parts of Lome as heavy rains persist across the coastal area of Ghana, Togo, and Benin. So we're not the only country going through. All the coastal belts are being hit hard. Ghana, Togo, and Benin. And one electrocuted at floods overwhelmed Accra after several hours of heavy rains. 100 trapped as floods submerged part of Afienya after hours of overnight rain. Meanwhile, Gridco and ECG temporarily shut down Malam and Achimota substation over the flood risk. 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638. And numbers also be to me afraid. It was saying, meanwhile, a dramatic scene have emerged from Adabraka, where residents were seen swimming through flood waters in desperate attempts to rescue their animals after homes were overwhelmed by the severe flooding. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boss.
Yes, sir. Bacho Woodin.
But friend Kujo fake dragon.
Okay, Kujo Yetio.
Yeah, oh, dragon, then so no say I do papa. Yeah, proper back to almost president. In some fan before. Mukunda, in some Bezena before moving president. Politan, I won't soon. They were almost back for it, and I bought number 10 years. The amount before 8, 7 happy, but they were.
Our Clago.
Clago, they want soon. Ewo Clagon. Ewo water was from any problem of assistance.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pa. But you must have ye ewo ho my why.
But you see, but you moya to be found my.
Yate, ebe man nad more so to say bako be at theater. We know say ayina be was electrocuted also 0537158638. A numbers also between your friend DNA cost will be off or one. Are you safe? What would you tell us? Are you safe? Adabraka Crawford did ensure him any woman more a gary a feeling. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Udin, your name, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Western Region.
Western Region. Tell us what's happening in the Western Region and Kosovo.
Hello?
Hello, Mbachoma. Utiv in the volume no anchor from Yankasa phone, so why? Ma Utiv in the volume no anchor from Yankasa phone, so Mr. But you have free region and let's talk on your phone. Udin the baby out free Western Region. Your frau saying Yanko. As a Otieno who what the TV no so ntimbacho munye no mfiso. Offer na Otieno TV no so they are to mean anyone didn't come on. The extended downpour caused several flooding in several communities. Adabraka, Alajo, Aveno, Circle, Jowulu, Wija, Kaswa, submerging major roads, homes, and businesses while severely disrupting the Monday morning rush hour. Flooding in Adabraka has rendered many homes uninhabitable. Many homes, forcing residents to wade through the chest-high waters to salvage belongings and find safety. 053-715-8638. 053-715-8638. Our numbers are also between me any attrition como an area. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your friend saying? Offer fee.
Hello.
If I utie who TV no so a man komo no entumi no mbon komo. Ofra ma TV no volume no enko form. Ya kasa asemi ya ka. E ma ye feedbacks. E ma ye ntumi no ndin komo. Enti ofra ma TV no volume no enko form muted or walk away.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But you would in baby of free.
But your family is one very Accra.
A crowd from Takrade, a crying tail.
You now, you're called the one kind of campo, or you are insisting. What are no moment in the day? In the open day now. Sometimes you are buying on if she or by now warm one, especially general or 20 you honor. Omo ni eyi elopap bi a obetumi dum ja no se bisa because me hu eyi ba ku bi a odi eyi ni papa ku odwin intoni twin ne ko eya yowo ba man ka fan
ka fan ti
na intunu odero ko ne mu de wo ti kem en ehwe fa na onyi se me eti na mi dem system on the do baby where the business can or son my yes me ordinary for bread and not the would day or ya what ya used to say in the strength even though no not move from buy one night but after the sun share na o di na me pempen so am what the what you one your mom or mine one your mom one eye that part the ba na ya twa ya do ya to there or ba go mo tuni yeah, they are the time one by yes, they am there. The way the on of my maybe you have
yes, that's the other way from Takra. They joining us this afternoon. Once a bit to my friend, you can also call us about your travel. How is the situation like and where you find us? This is a very special report on MBN TV. We're looking at the flooding situations across the country from Sunday early hours to Monday afternoon. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You're listening to yourself on your set, so put your set off. Then we can talk on phone. 053-715-8638. Yes, Remo. Ofra ma TV no volume no enko from dum no kra. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. PCR otieno won the TV no so munyi no na nipa ono ebetumi edum ne TV volume ne akasawai. Obi obefre bia ompese obema ne TV ne volume be kofo munyi ne mfeso. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
But you didn't be your free.
Me pa cho mi free katwa. Me de man for tea.
Man for Steve Kaswa to say is here.
Me pa cho de.
Kaswa et to say is here. Bombing come
Kaswa de tea ye dem tum. Ye dem tum pa. It's not a million so ni out. Aha din. Kaswa a free high tension. Etwam ye wo so bi na ho ma ye twa okudu. Okudu tie. Okudu tie wo Kaswa han mo no. Ye be sra ban any before a kept the yes through twa mo ni be Kaswa mai. Me ji de Kaswa tie tie amu ni as a police but in so way in so bi a te to kakra e matima wo fo ni na ye ntimi ya ye ko hwe ye wo Kaswa ha. And then ye twa we ye ni me bebre na asai. Just a question of the fact why baby cry how my it's I say only baby na was to yawo it's even near the and your best ramo you can't tell what had more and I am pa say yes this year work at one now call you yes there's no machine you put a big pump on the show could be my team there will just somebody there on to the block my yes wrong Mr. Biaka made us say
yes yeah that's the other way from Kaswa 0537158638. I'm rolling up some safety tips for you. Stay indoors if it is safe to do so. Stay indoors if it is safe to do so. Avoid driving or walking through flood waters.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But you didn't have your free.
Me DJ Pius. Me free Alajo.
Pius Alajo. Another wars hit area. Bombing come on.
Of our winning. Me sooner after the no. And you ya and then mama so. Because me na Alajo kutubabi eba teko matna even for almost 20 years. And I've come to realize that the ACBN was said prayer and actually because I was so near a swatch eba. For you that crowd my you know, Obi to ball Obi air block board and now can do what. I said, Obi a percent you for your bed. And the majority of a new my year. Jenivia near the problem now for swam before. And that is our problem. That is our problem. What I find it only. Now, why a baby is you fact. Now, what me up, we see a dance in shoe. Nick, the baby on what we see a dance show. It is a soon you not all back. I'm going for faster house, Anna. And I'm for Parliament House. One I will know that baby now, what about it? In the simple thing is a Uber film. Film at time, no swan, or about the fan of them, no one to me in Zoom. And the year goes to our crowd, woman, and crime one is an English jacket, one more of your one there. Tell me if you what tension will feel.
When you will feel man made a problem, we've created a problem ourselves. Thank you so much, my brother from Alajo. So this is an agent, and NADMO has urged residents to stay indoors if it is safe to do so. If it's not safe, move to a safe haven. Avoid driving or walking through the flood waters. You may never know where you are stepping. Move to higher grounds if flood waters are rising. Call emergency service through 112 or 192 if assistance is needed. 112 or 192 if assistance is needed. You can call any of this number. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
But you didn't be free. Okay, Ufrifika, so but you're frozen.
Madame Julie.
Madame Juliet, you. Minimo just all catch you.
Abai emedi protect the beer name for a bit she boy good abai me ya didn't say them. It can't get me for me baby to boil and no to go baby na say abani bana for can can give to a bear here. Obi for honor. The didn't say a bear well, but you cannot get how I am. Only God. I am fond of them. And you are my
Unfortunately, we're losing it.
Because of this, driving the event,
Antifosi Darcy. All right, thank you so much. Have a very good afternoon and keep safe. 0537158638 numbers. I think I can make one or two calls and then we can wrap up with a special report on MBN TV, pieced together by the MBN News team. 0537158638 is the numbers. Also, between I join the call for emergency services through 112 or 192 if assistance is needed. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
But you within the baby of Refi. But you can say
hello.
Yeah, but you also can say free here. Techiman, you ain't you not Techiman hot to say.
Oh,
and then Yamias.
Yeah, yeah, possible. Yeah, you put it in the pocket that you are. You think it's point. They are photo at Cassie. One of so I am a new person. I some of them bring around or Cassie. As some of kind you put it in and now what I know about the they won't say what not what. In an emphasis.
Yes, Darcy, have a great afternoon there. 0537158638. And numbers not over to me afraid. Dien Echo, let's hear you. 0537158638. And numbers also be to me. You can also watch us live on our YouTube and like our YouTube. Subscribe to it. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
My name is Evans.
Evans, what you offer here?
I'm my friend, friends Akwetia.
All right, from Akwetia, ain't you Evans?
The best thing I can say, a whole deep one of the one. Almost was a that time as one of the ball at me when you do the M1. That you trust me.
Yes, Darcy, have a great afternoon there. 0537158638. Special report live and direct from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. Hello, good afternoon. My TV the volume non conform Israel. Israel pa. TV the volume non conform the bow within the baby of free. Hello. I'm so going to mention now, man. So, friend, one more TV the volume non conform. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
But you within the baby of free.
Me patrol you know, if I be a bola them. Okay, maybe so maybe blame a various disease assemblies, you know. If you say, tell my back have from, but be a public toilet will be a now on my space for high containers. Now, you have to borrow one of Panam my kita, some more and no more. Now, this time you can say, very assembly, someone for that space meaning no stores. That's a sorry of Pano be a bola, a hip on the Gubuna or the Africa Kaya Bola, not Yaman. Also, someone who never do a lot of and he said, that yeah, Germany, there was a assembly, but what constitutes in a source. Anything I'm about and say, if I blame individuals, you blame assembly. And your fault, and I'm away in Ama. Because maybe I took a win in Am. Any container, you know what point in a ball, I mean, what I'm going to feel. Let me find them in the and if I know so, it's the blames in a bar, your common this assembly, common amount in Ama. That's it.
Mr. May say a very good afternoon to you. I think this is where time will allow us to come your way with a special report on Ghana. It's interesting to hear this, but it's sad. This is an MBN special report. We had an interview with the NADMO official. We moving on. Want to say a big thank you. As the flood waters gradually recede, many families are left to count their losses, rebuild their homes, restore their livelihoods. For some, recovery will take days. For others, it will take months. This latest flooding is another reminder that whilst heavy rains are inevitable, the scale of their impact depends on how well we prepare, plan our communities, protect our waterways, and respond to early warnings. As emergency teams continue their work and efforts, affected resident begins the difficult task of rebuilding. The hope is that the lessons from this disaster will inspire the lasting action, not just during the rainy season, but throughout the year. We encourage everyone to remain vigilant, heed the advice of the Ghana Meteorological Agency, NADMO, avoid flooded roads, open drains, and report emergencies promptly to the appropriate authorities. Thank you for joining us for this MBN special report on the flooding that affected parts of Greater Accra and its surrounding communities. My name is I am El Samuels. On behalf of the entire MBN TV news team, thank you for watching. Have a safe afternoon and have a good day.